All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on tonight's team call. It's an exciting week. It's the last 2 days of the month. So I hope everyone is working super, super hard. 6 days until 30-day breakaway. Like, how freaking exciting is that? I'm so pumped. So obviously, Monday is launch day for coaches, meaning that us coaches, we can purchase a 30-day breakaway, and we can also sign people up as coaches to purchase 30-day breakaway. Now, this is going to be for both groups. So Jenna has a group that will be running for the team on BOD groups, and then Jessica is running a team-wide challenge group for people on Facebook. But we're going to be going by these dates for kind of both groups, and obviously if you're not in New Jersey, you can't do that 5K with us, but obviously come up with some creative ideas with people in your area that you can create a 5K, whether it's a virtual 5K or just you and another buddy, like, think outside of the box. So October 5th on Monday, we launch. For people to be ready for this 5K on November 7th. And guys, think of it like this way too, is we have a short 4-day window to get people to start on October 9th for, oops, sorry, this whole waiting room thing is getting me all like, what's going on? The 4 days between October 5th and 9th, like that is like our time to talk to people, to follow up with people. Like, it's urgency, right? And use that urgency, like leverage that urgency, like use that to help you, instead of saying like, oh my God, I only have 4 days. Like, use that as like, yeah, I only have 4 days. Like, let's do this, right? So we got 4 days to get people to officially start on October 9th so that they're ready for that 5K. And then we have the rain date on that Sunday. But again, use this timeline, whether you're actually going to be coming to our 5K or not. Use this as a guideline so that you can, like I said, use this to your advantage. Get your business to boom when most health and fitness things aren't really booming right now, right? We have something absolutely freaking amazing that we literally have everything on Beachbody on demand because we've just got this. So use this to your advantage. Jenna will be putting up soon the Google Doc for that.
It's up.
Oh, sweet. I missed it.
It's not a Google Doc. It's a Google form. So only send it to people when they've purchased 30-day breakaway. And then it's not for like friends that just want to run a 5K. Like, it's a celebration of like finishing the program. So when we start on October 9th, that takes us to November 7th, which is the end date. So just don't invite random people to run a 5K if they're not doing the program.
Yes, the whole point is for them to do this with us and not just showing up on November 7th having no idea what 30-day breakaway is, right? So use that to get people on board. Okay, so I was thinking, what are we going to talk about for tonight's team call? And I thought, how cool would it be to have some of our newest diamonds on our team, just kind of ask them some questions and just kind of do like a little Q&A interview, like freestyle type of thing. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we got a few coaches, Adrian, Trish, Mallory, Kristen, Cox, and Costanza, Miranda, and Jillian. I think I got everyone that's going to be answering these questions tonight. So I got some questions from you guys yesterday, and then I have a few of my own that I think might help, but we'll just kind of see where this goes. If you guys want to dig into any more of these, like, we can definitely kind of keep on digging. But Adrian, you got the first question, which I will read aloud. I don't know if your audio is working.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Got it. All right, sorry. I've been like obviously messaging people and lost our message with all of the questions. Just give me a second to find it. Or do you have it there?
I think I have it.
Okay. Oh, I see it now. But you can go.
Okay, it says, how did you first get your coaching biz started to get you moving in the right direction?
And can
So,
you just explain to people too, how long, when did you sign up as a coach and when did you become Diamond?
okay, so I started Beachbody as just a discount coach in April this year. I joined doing 80-day obsession because I saw a friend of mine who was a coach posting about it. And so as soon as I downloaded the app and signed up and everything, I'm super nerdy. I printed my calendars, my trackers, my food list, everything. Um, my nutrition app. So what I did was maybe, I don't even know, Jenna, maybe 2 weeks in, because I was posting my meals and just little random facts of what I was doing, Jenna messages me and says, you need to coach, because I was kind of already putting myself out there with kind of what I was doing. And it took a lot of convincing, but I was like, you know what? I got nothing to lose. Let me just do it. And I would say, so after I decided to become an active coach, I created a Facebook just nutrition group. The first day I had over 100 followers just to come on there.
Did you send them a request to go into that group? How'd that work?
Yep, I literally just, I created the group, said what it was about, and just blasted invites to people that, I mean, I have a lot of Facebook friends, but it was people that I thought to start would appreciate my journey, knew me for a long time, how I was never about working out and anything like that, and how this was already starting to change me and how I felt like so good about it. So I wanted to share it with everybody. After posting mainly about my meals, because everyone was super excited about my pictures of my food, after phase 1 of 80-day obsession, I posted body pics, which for me is, I don't do that. I wouldn't even do that just to show someone off my phone, let alone on social media. But I put on my big girl panties and I did it. It got so much reactions that I started signing people up. I hit Emerald, I think, in the first 2 weeks of becoming an active coach, and just sharing about like my life and my whole experience. Fast forward to now to September, I think 10th, I hit Diamond in 4 months, just from sharing everything, everything that I'm doing step by step. I have to say, I did the August Team Cup with Jenna and Ashley, and super amazing mentors to me. I think taught me so much. I mean, I still have so much to learn. I'm constantly texting Jenna, but I am learning new stuff every single day. And I think that you guys help me become Diamond and grow even more, not just like as a coach, but as a person. And I think that's what helps me, is because if I'm positive, I think people like feed off of that, and they want to feel that. And so that's kind of how I think I reached Diamond in such a short time, because of what I put out there and because of my mentors. So.
Love it. Awesome. We can come back to this, but let's go on. We'll kind of like go through all the questions, and then if we have any other questions towards the end, we can kind of come back. The next question Trish is going to answer, and it is, what does a typical Beachbody working day look like? What activities do you do within your Beachbody time?
So, as most of you know, I'm a teacher, so I'm virtual right now, and it's really crazy. I also have 3 kids, so if you hear them upstairs screaming, that's why, or pounding. It sounds like a stampede at my house right now. But I have, it's crazy busy in my house, so I have to wake up in the morning to get my workout in. I normally will get my workout in the morning first thing, so that's out of the way, and I kind of get all like my me stuff done in the morning. So I'll get my personal development done. I'll get my workout done. I'll also like normally post a picture of my Energize in the morning. Like, so when I'm like, just at least I'm on there first thing in the morning with my picture. Then I normally for my workouts do Triller, that app, and I'll record myself like as I'm working out, but then I won't like always have time to download it or like do the shuffle and stuff like that. So I'll just like videotape it, and then either on my car ride in if I'm driving into school that day, or if I'm home, then I'll download it later and then like post it. So that way, at least like all my PD is done in the morning. I kind of showed up on my stories in the morning. And then if I have time to in the morning, I'll post to my accountability group. During the day, like adding friends to me is really simple. So I'll just click like any kind of friend that I can add throughout the day, like on my break or like at lunch, or, you know, if I'm at school, sometimes we have bad internet access, but I'll try to go to the window, just add friends. And then at home, the day looks a little bit different for me. Like for PD, sometimes I'll put like I have like earbuds. I'll put like one earbud in my ear, just so then the other ear's free in case my kids go crazy. Like at least I have PD in one ear and then I'm listening to them on the other. So then that way I'm getting that into during the day. And then I just kind of add friends like throughout. So like if my kids like have a rest time or something like that, I'll try to like add friends then. But then at nighttime, normally when they're kind of settled down, I kind of feel like with the connections and the invites, I have to be like sitting down, and I normally have like my phone and my computer for that. So normally that stuff I do at nighttime. And then if I haven't checked in with like my accountability group and stuff like that, I'll normally do that at nighttime too. So it is possible. Checking messages, I'll just check them throughout the day and try to respond to anyone who's responding to me as they come in, you know, throughout the day. But besides that, I try to get all my me stuff done in the morning, and then just inviting friends throughout the day. And then at night, I'll try to do more of my connections and invites.
Make it seem so simple. Because right, like we overcomplicated things, like we have so much to do, and I do that all the time, right? But when you just say so simply, me time in the morning, like grow your network in the afternoon, and then invite and check in with your challenge group at night.
I think like challenge groups, like inviting and making connections, sometimes that takes more like brain power for me. So I feel like when I'm sitting down, like that's the time that I can do that.
I agree. Awesome. Thanks. Next up, we have 3 girls answering this question. The next question is, if there was one thing that contributed to your business growth that stuck out to you the most, what is it? So we have Mallory, Kristen, and Jillian answer that. So whoever wants to unmute first and go for it.
I can go. Hi guys. So I know it's like repetitive, but I really feel like just doing the vital behaviors has been like super successful for me. And that's probably really boring and really repetitive, but just really following it and then staying consistent with your business and showing up. It's pretty simple. So like Rose usually says, it's simple work. It's not always like the easiest, or there's always things that are going to get thrown your way to like try to sidetrack you. But just making sure that you stick to that has been like super helpful.
And for like the newer coaches that are on, what are the vital behaviors?
So.
And like, what would you say they are for you? You know what I mean? Like sometimes there might be a little like leeway.
Okay. Personal development, inviting to the business. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. But inviting, personal development, being a product of the product. And I'm missing one. Aren't there 4? Sometimes 5.
Yeah, the 4th one I always kind of.
What's the 4th one?
Anyone.
Giving a shout out, like recognition, isn't it?
Recognition.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, I'm always doing that anyway. I'm just like, I know I do all of them. I just can't think of it. Shouting out on the, like checking in with your people and always shouting them out, you know, doing that.
I think that even like adds in like connection, like talking to people and just every day, like, hey, what's going on? How are you type of things too.
Yeah. So
awesome. Kristen.
I'm next. I would say my one thing is the National Wake Up Call. That's something that I did not listen to for about 2 years. And I started listening to it at the beginning of the year. And I felt like, okay, I've listened to all the PD that's like, you can do this and all the mindset stuff. But the National Wake Up Call to me of any of the calls in the week was like, here isn't just why, here isn't my story. Here is exactly what I say in this circumstance. And here's what I do if I'm inviting for a coaching, or if I'm inviting for a challenge group, or how I organized my business. And so I like those tangible things of do this to get these results. And so listening to that call and then actually taking action with what it says. Even my invite is 100% from a National Wake Up Call I listened to about 6 months ago, in how she just phrased her conversations. And I was like, oh, I was writing it down. And I still to this day use that phrasing in the way that she suggested. So, and then kind of on the other hand, it was a lot of mindset also of just being like, you know what, I can do this and I'm going to do it. So let's do it.
So can you, yes, Ashley, thank you. Can you share that with us? Like your, like the.
She talked, let's see.
Or if you remember, or maybe
it was very basic. It's just like, hey, thank you for following my journey. It was always ending in a question. So not just being like, do you want to come to my challenge group? But this is what I do. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And not just, and so it kind of opens the door a little bit more. And it really helped me to get people talking more by always making sure I was ending in a question. Like if they're like, can you tell me a bit more about the nutrition plan? I'll explain the two and I'll say, which one do you think you vibe with more? And just kind of asking questions in a very specific but also personal way.
Do you remember who did that one?
I have no idea.
All right, I can look. And then for newer coaches, where do you find the National Wake Up Call?
I listen to it on my podcast app. I fast forward through all of the recognition stuff. It's usually like minutes 16 to 18. And if I have 10 minutes in the car, I'll listen to 10 minutes of it. Or if my kids are on the iPad while I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I'll listen to another 10 minutes.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's what the, is it just a National Wake Up Call?
I think it's Team Beachbody.
I thought you,
It's the 411.
Team Beachbody podcast.
Okay, awesome. And then we have Mallory. What's the one that stuck out to you?
Yeah, so to feed off of kind of what Kristen said, like I feel like Diamond's just a decision. Like you always say, like for me, I always said I wanted it, but then it got to the point it was like, no, I'm freaking gonna do it. And then I figured out like what that meant for me. And a lot of it, like that stuck out for me, I think is I shifted my focus from just talking about products and my weight loss, like my transformation and that type of thing, to what coaching did for me and what coaching has done for me. And I started sharing more about the journey, like behind the scenes kind of stuff on my stories. And so for me, that was like the one thing I think that completely changed my business, because within a few months of shifting to that is when it all kind of took off for me. And so it was just, that shift from just working out, just eating healthy to I work out, I eat healthy, I have this community, I help others. And I kind of like intertwined it all into like how it fit into my crazy busy schedule, basically.
Can you give an example more specifically of like a coaching story that you would do that you didn't do before?
Yeah. So, I mean, anytime that someone uploads the meal plans into the group, I always screen record the video, post that on my Instagram stories. But then like my story with coaching, so I moved into my house and I was always talking about, hey, like help me pick out a rug or help me pick out a table, like that kind of stuff. And then when I get it, like finally figure something out, if I use coaching paycheck to help me pay for that, I'd kind of share with that. Or I would share like in the main feed on my page how I'd always grown up in sports and how I'd always been a community. And then I quit sports. I lost the community, lost the teammates, and then kind of found myself again within coaching and the community, like kind of found my tribe again. And so I started like intertwining that as well into it, like just with like stories on my page.
Awesome. Yeah, because I think especially as a new coach, it doesn't always have to be, you're not earning $5,000 a week, right? Like you want to talk about like the small victories and the victories that are um, that can be related to anything, whether you're just more confident about yourself, not because of the fitness part, but maybe because you're doing personal development, because that's part of what we do as coaches. Awesome. So the fifth question is, I keep losing these questions, is how did you get challengers to convert to coaches, or do your coaches decide to coach right out of the gate? And for that question, we have Miranda and Kristen with an EN taking that one.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so I mean, if anyone is buying a challenge pack from me, I'm signing them up as a discount coach. And when I first started, I was very hesitant to do that. And I was like, well, they probably don't want to do that. But it's like, if they're continuing to order Shakeology, why wouldn't you want them to save money? So that's like if your friend's going to a store and you have a coupon, everyone wants to save money. So when you frame it that way, you're like, why was I uncomfortable doing that in the first place? So anytime I sign someone up, it's with a challenge pack, they get a discount coach sign up. And
let's always go back, and I don't know if you're going to cover this, but cover how do I say that they're going to be signing up as a coach, but they're not actually going to be coaching?
Yeah, so I just tell them, I'm going to sign you up as a discount coach. That's how I sign up all of my friends and family. So you get the same price as me. That way you save money if you're ordering if you continue to order Shakeology or any other products. And I let them know that they don't have any obligation to actively coach. It's just to get the discounts, and they can cancel it at any time, and there's no fee to cancel it. So that's the thing. If they end up not loving the shakes, they can cancel it. A lot of people will ask me if there's a cancellation fee, and there isn't. So the benefit of that is they waive the coaching fee when you sign up with the challenge pack. So that's the benefit of signing up right when they get the challenge pack.
Perfect. Were you going to add anything else to that? Because I know I kind of cut you. Oh yeah, and then how do you get your active working coaches? Do they come from challengers, or do they decide to coach right out the gate, or mix?
Challengers, as of right now, yeah.
And how do you approach them? Do you see
just from some people just naturally, in our challenge groups, they just, from posting and encouraging other people, they'll start sharing on their social media, not really realizing that they're already sharing their journey. So that's why it's important to make sure that you're checking in with them and following them on social media, because you can see where you have those potential coaches to reach out and get them on a sneak peek.
So you're messaging them saying, hey, I see what you're doing on social media. Are you doing what we're doing as a coach? Would you want to watch our sneak peek to see if you'd want to be a coach too?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Kristen, you're up.
Well, I really don't have much to say because literally Miranda just did everything that I do. So
say it in your words.
Say it in my words.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to bear with me, girls. I'm on the reset of day 3 and I'm crashing.
I feel you. I didn't know if I was going to make it.
I'm crashing, but I'm drinking my water. So basically, same thing as Miranda, just to ditto that. Unless I have a conversation with somebody that they are really just interested in the workouts, I always sign up everybody as a discount coach, and it's the same conversation that I have with them. That, it's just for a discount. There's no obligation. It's what I do for all my close friends and family. Also, because I'm a military spouse, I tend to attract people who are in the military. Like a lot of Sal's people that are under us are from the military. So one of the things that I always like to do is, if they are with the military, is highlight that Beachbody has the coach fee waived because you are either in the military currently, you are a spouse, you're a veteran, disabled veteran, etc. And it goes for both parties. So I get my fee waived, and so does Sal, because he is the veteran and then I am the spouse. So that's always a good thing that I like to plug in there, especially if I know. But that's maybe more particular for me or anybody who has a spouse that's in the military or in the military, but that's one thing that I kind of look at. And that's always a plus, because somebody hears fee waived, discount, and it's easy. So, and in addition to that, like Miranda said too, like I don't really have any challengers that really come to me and say, hey, I want to coach. I have occasionally one or two that come to me because they want to make quick money, and they see what I do, but it's not that easy, I tell them. But most of my coaches are people that I'm watching, and they're posting on their private pages, not just in our private group that we have for Team Reveal. They're posting on their own pages and showing their own journeys, and little do they know, it's so simple that the hardest part of inviting they've already doing. In fact, my coach Christina, who just signed up with us a couple months ago, I'm literally having a conversation. She's like, I don't know, it seems so hard. I said, you're actually doing what I do every day. And she's like, yeah, I guess I am. And I was like, well, why don't you invite people and make some money? And she's like, good point. So, it's, for me, it was just pulling that button and making myself want to puke and just asking people to be coaches. That's one of my holdbacks is that I recognize and I see that my challengers are doing really well and they're posting and so forth. I just don't get the guts to say, hey, do you want to coach? And it's very simple. Would you like to coach? It's like the simplest words, but yet it's the easiest words to say and yet the hardest words to say. It's like, I love you. It's like the easiest thing to say, but at the same time, the hardest thing to say. But I mean, that's what I do every single day, just keep watching my challengers, and I don't jump on it right away. I kind of like to be I know this sounds really bad, but it's Halloween. I like to be the spider kind of waiting and seeing what they're going to do before I kind of jump on them and say, hey, you want to be a coach? Because I don't want to scare them off. I want them to feel comfortable in their own skin and get used to what Beachbody is all about before they decide to commit to coach.
See, you had something totally different to say.
I'm a spider.
You're a spider. Awesome. All right, the fifth question is, what did you have to learn / overcome to believe that you could be a diamond coach? And this one is going to be answered by Kristen, Miranda, and Adrienne.
I'll go. Something.
I'll go first since you said my name first. But not me.
Whoever.
Oh, sorry. I wrote down that I just had to quit making it seem so hard. And again, to reflect on something somebody said in a call. Rose said in a team call, I think that Lisa had told her way back, like, just don't make it so hard. If you think that getting to Success Club 10 is going to be hard, it's going to be hard. But if you say getting to Success Club 10 is really easy, that simple mindset switch really helped me to just be like, you know what? It's not that hard. Write down who you have active, write down how many you need, write down what side do they need to go on, and just do it.
Okay, something that I said, can you hear me? You can? I can't hear myself. Okay, so something that I have to overcome and I still have to overcome is putting myself more out there on social media. I feel like with my lives and my videos, I'm still not 100% secure with myself. I hate that I'm talking right now. I don't do public speaking. I failed it in college. It's just not my thing, but it is something that I do have to, work on. And I'm slowly getting there, but I feel like if I could just get there, I think I could do really great things. So that's what I need to overcome and continue to work on to just exceed more.
So asking you to do the call tonight was helpful.
Girl, you have no idea. I had like butterflies all day.
Awesome. That's awesome. And then Miranda.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of what Kristen said, like, don't make it so complicated. It's simple. If you like, it's 8 discount coaches, and two of them become Emerald. So like in my case, I had my fiance on one leg and my mom on the other one. And so really I was in control of hitting Diamond because I could sign people up under my fiance and I could help my mom sign up 2 people. So it's essentially 12 coaches, 12 discount coaches, 12 working coaches. But like once you narrow it down to that and you kind of map it out, like there's like in one of our Diamond Dash groups, there was a printout where you had all like the bubbles to fill in. And that was super helpful in just visualizing it and saying like, okay, this is what I need to do. So now do it versus like trying to like reinvent the wheel basically. So that really helped me like make a decision to become Diamond.
Awesome. So no one overcomplicated. Out of your own head, out of our own way. So what, 9:04? All right. I think I want to do a lightning round. Dun, dun, dun. And then if we have any other questions, we can do that too. All right. So if we just kind of want to go through, like, if you guys want to just unmute yourselves really quickly, and we'll just do this, not like really quickly. You'll get what I'm saying. So what personal developments what book right now are you girls reading?
The Middle Finger Project.
Spirit Junkie.
Fiber Fueled.
What was the last one?
It's Fiber Fueled. It's by.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, I just started it today, and I just finished 2B. The You Can Drop It.
Awesome.
I'm doing the 2B one also.
Sorry.
I'm still reading.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I'm still reading Let That Shit Go because I don't really have a lot of time to get to read. So, but I love it. It's like a journal / book.
Sorry, not sure if mine came through. It was built to last. Sorry.
I'm finishing You're a Badass at Making Money at Money Making. It's the same one as by Jen Sincero, that You're a Badass. It's one of her books.
Awesome. How many people do you invite per day or per week?
I do 10 a day. So I try to do 7 challenge group invites and 3 coach invites every day. It has not happened lately, but that's always been my goal.
I would say 5 to 10.
I'm with 5 to 10, and they're strictly for challengers. Like I said, I back into my coaches and I ease into them. So 5 to 10 on challenge groups.
I would say about the same, but sometimes like at night, like if it gets crazy and say like one night I don't do it, then the other night I just like do like a massive invite. So I would say the same ideally, but every now and then I just like, do a bunch.
I feel like I've been switching from counting how many invites I have to like the amount of time I'm spending inviting. And that's helped me a lot because I feel like I was just checking the boxes before. Now I have like this chunk of time where I'm spending looking at who's following my stories and inviting them, looking at who's liking or commenting on my pictures and my posts and inviting them. And that's been more helpful to get more invites out, I feel like, when I'm just focusing on the time versus just checking off the boxes.
Yeah,
I'm going to piggyback off of Miranda because that's what I was feeling like I was doing. And I was reading also somewhere, if you're like tracking what you're doing, you're like not spending enough time doing the right things. So on a good day, I'm doing about 5 to 10. And if I'm like, I have the time and my son's napping, which he hasn't been napping recently. So I haven't been able to do what my goal is about 50 a day.
I'd say some days it's 1 and some days it's like 40. Some mornings I'll wake up and I'll just voice clip 40 people like, thank you so much for liking my post last night. Do you want to run too? Or something random like that.
Did everyone go with that one? All right. Next one is, all right, we can't cover that one. How do you find new people?
Following people of pages, like following people that follow pages I like. So like Brewmate, which is, if you guys don't know, it's like the insulated, like you can put White Claws, that kind of stuff in it. And so like I feel like a lot of people my age that go out, drink that kind of stuff, follow that. And so I'll just go to Brewmate, click followers, and just go down and just like within 2 seconds, if I look at their profile picture, they look like someone I'd follow, I just do follow, follow, follow. And I just do it for like set a timer for 2 minutes. And you can get like 200 follows done in 2 minutes. So I do like, for me, it's like Brewmate, Telly Ties, which is like a hair tie brand. And then a local boutique, a chain boutique that I like. And I just do that and switch off with them.
So what I do is both of my sons are in speech therapies. So I'll make my Shakeology and bring it in my MBF cup. And it's almost forced to have them ask me questions. I've had 2 therapists and a nurse join with me because of that. So sometimes I find if I'm like wearing the brand or drinking the brand around people, it's like forced for them to ask me questions, what I'm drinking, what I'm wearing, where'd I get that? It opens the door to conversation. Some people are like, that sounds nice. And some people are like, can you give me info?
I mean, wear and share before like social media, Instagram blew up. That's all we did was like wear and share. So it's so good that you're like that. That makes the connection, I feel like, so much quicker than, because it's in person, right? Like it's just boom, instant. So awesome. Love it.
I have my Facebook groups specifically. So my son has severe ADHD. So I'm in probably 6 or 7 ADHD groups. I'm in a group for loss of a sibling because that's really where my journey started, from my grief. So and then I go in there, and I don't necessarily, because these groups are very sensitive, I don't necessarily just click. I'll start to, I'm very active in the loss of a sibling and the ADHD groups, and now my perimenopausal, yay. I'm in those groups too. So I'm very active with commenting, and the more I get to see if there's people that are consistently posting in there, then I start to look at their profiles. I start to generate some information, do some background. I know it's a lot of like, but this is my event planner in me too. It's like I gather as much information about a client as I can to friend them, and then I'll start to friend them, and then as we start to get to know each other, then start to invite them, because I've been getting a lot of like, hey, come join my Tupperware party, and it's like, you know nothing about me. You just kind of clicked and friended me, and it's the worst way to create a relationship. And I don't want people signing up just to sign up. I want them to be committed. I want them to be, and I want to be in a relationship with them. So, that's one thing, is I do a lot of research on people that I friend. I just don't click. No offense, Valerie, but that's just me.
No, when I do the click, like on Instagram, the way Instagram works, like if someone sees that they follow you, like that you follow them, they click and say, oh, like I like her page, they're going to follow or not. So it's like automatically weeding out.
Yeah, I'm not on Instagram.
I don't do Facebook. So
there we go.
And the great thing about this call, and why, like, yeah, Diamond is not a destination, a goal, but we can all get there different ways. Mm-hmm. There's not one right way to get there. There can be so many different ways. You just got to try something, right? Do something. Yeah. Good point.
I had friends, if I comment on another friend's post on Instagram, I click, if I comment, I'll click on anyone who liked that picture, and if I'm not following it, I'll request to follow. That way they can maybe see why I requested to follow them, because we like the same thing.
I like that one.
Yeah, Kristen, I'll do that. Like I'll follow, I'll go and look at who my challengers are following and like their friends. That has been a good way to make connections, because they can see that you're also following their friends. So it's not just like some random person.
My challengers friends are actually friending me.
That's awesome.
So like, and a lot of like my challengers, even my coaches, their friends, even though I don't know who they are, they're, friending me, because they're probably looking at my clients or, my challengers and my coaches and going, okay, who is this person? And then, but they're friending me. And then I'm like, who is this person? So then I go and I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it's Christina's friend. So I'm like, click. Yes, definitely. Because she's a coach. But yeah, they're friending me too. So you're definitely being watched.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, like the same what they were all just saying too is like friends of friends. So on Instagram, like one of my friends or challengers or someone who else I know, I'll look at their friends. The other thing I saw in a training before, which was good, like if you look at your local thing, kind of like what Mallory was saying before, if you find like a product or something you like, they said if you go to like that page and you look at the first like photo and the likes on that photo, that means that those people were active that day or that they've recently been on Instagram. So you're not just looking at their followers, but you're looking at like their like recent photos. So that means that those people are actively on Instagram. So you can also like request those if you like a photo. And then on Facebook, I just kind of do like, I don't analyze anyone either, but I just like do friends of friends. Like if I like that, all that those suggested friends at the bottom on Facebook, I just like add lots of times.
Awesome tips, ladies. I'm even learning. We always learn, right? No matter how long we've been doing this or short. That's all the questions I've had. I think this is a friggin' awesome call. I don't know if we have time for one or two more questions if anyone wants to hang out or put it in the chat box. Good idea, Kristen.
Yes, I double that one.
Yeah, I'm in.
Cool.
Well, mine's simple. I just got to get Sal the diamond.
Just double what you're already doing. Do it again. All right. I think we got a lot of good info. I know there were other questions posted last night, but I feel like those could actually be used as separate calls. So I didn't just ignore them, kind of saving them for the following week. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. That launch, I put that like calendar for 30-day breakaway in the team page. If you have sample invites or just an invite that you want to share with the team, please make sure that you comment in that below so we can help each other make this the biggest freaking launch that we can. All right, have a great night, and I'll post the recording. Thanks.